let's be honest, this is not easy stuff. It can be draining, it can be frustrating, and sometimes, for me, I feel like, this is not what I signed up for. And I'm just wondering whether, that's something you guys feel too when it, becomes overwhelming or frustrating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And emotionally, I think you have to be honest with yourself when your tank is kind of low. I think having that emotional intelligence is real important because you can't help somebody if you don't help yourself first. And so I've learned over the years that I don't have to do it 100% all the time. I guess that concept when you're on the plane and they say put your mask on first, that's what it feels like. It's a long road. And you know what? I'm not going to necessarily make it a race. I'm not going to be anxious about it. I'm going to really kind of surrender. And again, through prayer and just kind of humility and focusing in on his positives.
I agree that it can be tremendously frustrating and tiring, and you can go through periods where you feel that how much time do I have to put into helping my child get to where they need to be in their lives? But then there are all those wonderful things that make you realize it's all worth it. I think something to take away today is the importance of finding that support for yourself and finding a place where you can kind of, let off some steam about all of this and talk about the different things that you're feeling and going through.
It's just always been what it is. And I had to put out fires and didn't really have the luxury of thinking about why me, which is not to say I don't get frustrated when I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall or I'm having the same conversation over and over again with an educator or an administrator. But there was just there's never been a choice but to continue to put one foot in front of the other and be calm, and then, to vent privately to my husband or to friends.
Right.
And as much as possible to let our kids also know what's going on as well. Why mom and dad are seeming a little, crazy or preoccupied right now.
Right.